with another cheat code episode where we are going to show you a business game hack to help you level up your business game by doing something you're probably already doing, but we hope we can help you do it in a way that's a little bit easier and faster. And today we're still talking about communications. So we're going to do a little bit of a house cleaning kind of tip today for Microsoft Teams users. So if your organization uses Microsoft Teams as its communication and collaboration hub, it can become almost like the grand central station of your office, which is great. But there's also a ton of activity happening within that one application now, right? And Teams is really designed to help you stay notified of everything that's happening in your grand central station, so that you never miss a beat. But that also means a lot of notifications. And I mean notifications with a big giant capital letter N. So if you leave your Teams notifications in default mode, you're going to receive both desktop notifications and activity feed alerts for a lot of things. But did you know that you can actually customize what you're getting for what?
Why, I knew. And that's why we're going to show you how you can get notifications for the things that you care about by using Microsoft Teams settings to lay some ground rules and then to give attention to the channel and the conversations that you're active in. All so you don't miss an opportunity to get work done, provide clarity, offer a solution, or maybe just offer support to a coworker. Now, it's all going to be a matter of personal preference, but playing around with your notification settings can definitely make a difference. So let's level up.
All right, so managing your ground level rules for Microsoft Teams notifications is a great place to start leveling up your communications game. All right, so let's take a look at the activity feed. This is really like your subscription notification list, and it shows you what's happening across all channels and conversations that you're a part of. If you're subscribed to a lot of stuff, this list is going to be very long and very thorough. And some people like to use the activity feed as a tool to see what's going on all throughout the whole organization. So if that's you, leave this as is. Others choose to only see items they need to take action on here in the activity feed, which you can do too by unsubscribing to certain channels, which we'll come back to later, and or by tweaking more of the ground rule notifications for all channel subscriptions. So here you have a ton of options to tweak for the what and the how that you're receiving notifications. You can set up ground rules of notifications across all channels and Teams you're subscribed to. And you can do things like turn off sounds for notifications or customize settings for really specific activities beyond channels and Teams, like disabling notifications for likes and chat messages, et cetera, et cetera. You can even follow certain people to be notified when their status changes.
And all along the way, you'll have options for how you get those notifications. You can get pop-up banners for things you need to know about right away, like when a meeting starts. Or if you're a team that uses likes for approval, you might want to see that activity rather immediately. So a banner is a great choice there. Alternatively, you can limit those types of notifications for important things, or I should say for less important things, by selecting only in the feed. That'll just, show up in your feed. Or you can turn it off completely. You don't have to resort to turning off your desktop notifications so that you never run into having a screen share and a notification come up at the same time. The best way to silence those notifications, whether you're in a meeting or if you're just simply focusing your attention on something else, set yourself to do not disturb. After all, you can get email notifications to let you know when you've missed activity, or you can always refer to your activity feed. You can also choose how frequently you receive those emails, or if you're like me and spend most of your time in Teams already, you can turn them off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, FYI, the mobile app settings are a little different. but they are just as important to play around with. So just like with the desktop app, your phone app is going to pretty much start with all notifications on. But you can edit these in the same kind of granular level with the notifications settings in the phone app itself. So two things that I really like a lot here are quiet hours, so that my phone holds off on sending me all of the notifications that I receive outside of the designated hours I select. And then disabling notifications when I'm active on my desktop. This way I don't get notified for the same thing twice on two different devices.
Setting up your baseline notifications is important, but you can level up your focus by giving some channels and conversations more priority than others. For example, Dawn and I care a lot about what's happening in marketing. So I set my notifications if I want to follow the channel, so I get notified of things as quickly as possible. I might even want to get the banner notification so I can stay in the loop throughout the day if I'm not within Teams and I'm maybe working in like one of our cloud apps. But on the HR side of things, I just want to get emailed a digest of what's going on maybe once a day so that I don't miss anything important, but I can still focus on my day-to-day job.
Mm-hmm. So the additional kind of like cool fun fact here is that when you subscribe to a channel, you're now subscribed to all of the at mentions for that channel. You're kind of like on a list now. So for example, if somebody at mentions marketing in another channel on Teams, Marissa and I will get a notification. It's kind of like they're tagging us, right? So an at mention here really just means that you are kind of calling everyone's attention to that post for the people who are subscribed to that channel or that team that you're mentioning. Again, it's really just like a tag on social media. And you can also at mention individual people. So this is kind of another way where your notifications can get cluttered fast if you're subscribed to a lot of teams and channels. But you can, as always, use your settings to manage how you receive those alerts, even for things like company-wide teams. However, you cannot turn off alerts for personal at mentions, but if somebody is at mentioning you directly, they probably really need your attention on something. Bonus tip though, in the search bar, you can type /unread to view all of your unread channel notifications. And then you can also type /mentions to view all of your at mentions.
And I've got more. Replying or even just starting a message within a channel leads to more notifications. And what happens if you're in a thread with a lot of excitement? There's reactions and likes and loves and back and forth chat and thank yous and you're welcomes. You don't have to be guilty by association. You can actually turn off notifications for that particular conversation so you avoid a mess, but you stay in the loop on anything else that might be happening in that channel. All right, so we've talked about managing your notifications. Here's some tips on how you can actually help manage the clutter across your organization. To get someone's attention, you might use an at mention. That's really helpful because they'll get a notification that they can then use to go directly to the point in the conversation where they were mentioned. It's kind of important. Now, you can do the same with at mentioning teams in channels. Just be thoughtful of spamming everyone.
Right, because at mentioning teams will notify everyone in the team. So you want to be kind of careful about doing that too many times. But as a side note, mentioning a channel will only notify those who are subscribed to get notifications for that channel, even if they happen to be a member of the parent team, so to speak. Also, it's really important to know that editing posts that contain at mentions after you've posted them will notify those subscribers again a second time when you've done your edits. So be aware of typos beforehand. This is a place where I struggle. Also, know that if you use the feature where you post your one singular post to multiple channels at the same time, if it has at mentions in them, it's going to notify those subscribers for a notification for every channel that you post that post to. So be aware of that. And then last thing, just kind of as a tip, If you're posting into a channel, you don't need to mention the channel itself because people are already subscribed to get notifications for that channel. So if you mention a channel, it's a little bit redundant and creates some clutter. All right, so that's it for our second cheat code episode. Don't you feel maybe just a little bit more tuned in now that you've established some ground rules and have given more attention to where it's needed? We hope so. If you missed our first episode earlier this month on communications, you can head on over to our website or LinkedIn or Instagram or Twitter or pretty much anywhere on the digital landscape to check it out.
And make sure you hit the website and check out our upcoming webinar on April 29th. It's called All Eyes on Teams. It's the next in the Work Smart Live series, Level Up, and we're focusing on the art of meetings in Microsoft Teams. See you then.